Hey everyone, welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, the space where we unpack the madness, call out the media hypocrisy, and most importantly, tell the truth about the Sussexes. I'm your host, Adrian, and today we need to talk about the latest hit job aimed at Meghan Markle, this time revolving around her new podcast, Confessions. The tabloids are frothing at the mouth again, and who's leading the charge? None other than Angela Levin, the royal gossip grandma herself. Apparently, Meghan hilariously and awkwardly exposes herself as a really bad friend, because she, wait for it, didn't know every single detail of her guests' personal lives. Cue the headlines calling it a car crash, a flop, and yes, awkward. Into this charged atmosphere steps Meghan Markle, whose new podcast, Confessions, has ignited a firestorm of debate and discussion. The show promises candid revelations and unfiltered conversations, drawing in listeners from all walks of life. As episodes drop, social media lights up with reactions, some supportive, others fiercely critical. The podcast quickly climbs the charts, becoming a cultural touchstone and a lightning rod for controversy. Leading the charge in this whirlwind of commentary is Angela Levin, a seasoned biographer renowned for her critical stance on the Duchess of Sussex. Levin'S interviews and articles dissect every word and gesture, offering pointed analysis that resonates with her followers. Her reputation as a royal expert lends weight to her opinions, and her voice cuts through the noise with sharp clarity. Her voice, sharp and unwavering, dominates the discourse, setting the tone for much of the public conversation. She challenges Meghan's narrative, questioning motives and highlighting inconsistencies. For many, Levin's perspective becomes the lens through which they view the podcast, shaping opinions before listeners even press play. But is this a fair assessment? Are we hearing the full story, or just fragments filtered through personal bias and media agendas? The questions linger, prompting reflection among those who seek a more balanced understanding. Or are we witnessing a larger narrative at play, one shaped by years of tabloid scrutiny, royal intrigue and public fascination? The media machine churns out headlines, each one adding another layer to the complex portrait of Meghan Markle. Around tables and across airwaves, journalists and commentators debate her every move, fueling a cycle of speculation and reaction. The court of public opinion is in session, its jurors drawn from every corner of society. Here, verdicts are delivered not by judges, but by tweets, posts, and water-cooler conversations. The stakes are high, and reputations hang in the balance. But are we truly listening? Or are we simply waiting for our turn to speak, eager to share our own hot takes and snap judgments? In the rush to be heard, genuine understanding often gets lost. Or are we too quick to judge, letting headlines and sound bites shape our perceptions before we've even heard the full story? In this cacophony of opinions, the truth can be elusive, drowned out by the sheer volume of voices clamouring for attention. Levin's critique centres on two main points. First, she finds Meghan's hosting style awkward and unnatural. Second, she accuses Meghan of being a bad friend, using personal anecdotes for podcast fodder. These accusations, splashed across headlines, paint a damning picture. But do they hold weight when examined closely? Awkwardness can be endearing. Honesty is always valuable. Are we confusing authenticity with something more sinister? Confessions is not about polished perfection. It's about raw, honest conversations. Guests share their vulnerabilities, their fears, their hopes. Meghan listens with empathy, her own experiences woven into the narrative. This is not a platform for self-promotion. It's a space for shared humanity. We're all flawed, we all stumble. Confessions reminds us that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. The media's scrutiny of Meghan Markle stands in stark contrast to the coverage received by other members of the royal family, especially Kate Middleton. Day after day, headlines dissect Meghan's every move, often casting her in a negative light, while Kate is frequently portrayed as the epitome of grace and composure. This difference isn't just subtle, it's glaring, and it shapes public perception in powerful ways. Imagine for a moment if Kate Middleton were to launch a podcast where she openly discussed her personal struggles, her mental health journey, or the challenges of royal life? Would the press dissect her words, question her motives, and accuse her of seeking attention? Or would they celebrate her vulnerability, praising her for breaking the royal mould and connecting with the public on a deeper level? Would Kate face the same harsh accusations that Meghan has endured? Would her intentions be doubted, or would she be shielded by a narrative of empathy and support? The reality is, the treatment would likely be very different. More often than not, Kate is lauded for her courage and relatability, while Meghan is criticised for the very same actions. This disparity is undeniable. Such double standards don't just affect individuals, they erode public trust in the media and in our sense of justice. When we see two people treated so differently for similar choices, it raises important questions about bias and fairness. When we apply different rules to different people, we lose sight of fairness and objectivity. True journalism should hold everyone to the same standard, regardless of background or popularity. Only then can we hope to restore faith in the stories we tell and the values we claim to uphold. Sharing personal stories is not a betrayal of trust, it's an act of courage. Meghan's willingness to be vulnerable creates a safe space for her guests to do the same. True betrayal lies in judgment, in condemnation, in the exploitation of shared confidences for personal gain. Vulnerability builds bridges. It fosters understanding. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles. Angela Levin's relentless focus on Meghan Markle is impossible to ignore. Day after day, headline after headline, her commentary dominates the conversation, shaping public perception in subtle and not-so-subtle ways. This unwavering attention, bordering on fixation, speaks volumes about the nature of media scrutiny in the modern age. It reveals an obsession that overshadows any sense of objectivity. Instead of balanced reporting, we see a pattern. Every gesture, every word, every appearance by Meghan is dissected, analysed, and often criticised. The sheer volume of coverage suggests something deeper at play, a compulsion that goes beyond the pursuit of truth or journalistic integrity. It begs the question, what truly fuels this fixation? Is it the allure of controversy, the promise of higher ratings, or perhaps a personal vendetta? The media's magnifying glass doesn't just enlarge the subject, it distorts, casting shadows that can obscure reality. Is this relentless coverage born out of genuine concern for the public, or is there something more insidious at work? Are we witnessing the pursuit of truth, or the creation of a narrative designed to provoke and polarize? The answer perhaps lies not in Meghan's actions, but in the motivations of her critics. Obsession, after all, can blind us to nuance and empathy. It can turn reporting into a personal crusade, where the line between fact and opinion blurs. When obsession takes hold, it warps our perception, leading us down a path of relentless negativity and harsh judgment. In the end, the true reflection of obsession is not found in the subject, but in the mirror held up by those who cannot look away. Let us not be swayed by sensational headlines. Let us look beyond the noise and seek the truth. Confessions offers a refreshing glimpse into the human experience, flaws and all. It reminds us that connection and empathy are powerful forces for good. Listen with an open heart, seek understanding, not judgment. Choose kindness over criticism. In a world saturated with information, critical thinking is paramount. Let us approach media with discernment, questioning narratives that seek to divide and demean. Let us choose kindness, empathy, and a commitment to truth over the allure of sensationalism. Our words have power. Let us use them to build bridges, to foster understanding, and to create a more compassionate world. So let them keep spinning. Let Angela Levin clutch her pearls. Meghan's out here using her voice, not for gossip, not for control, but for connection. And that matters more than any tabloid headline. Thank you for tuning in to Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm Adrian, reminding you to stand firm, think critically, and never let loud voices drown out the truth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who's tired of the same old anti-Sussex circus. Until next time, stay sharp, stay kind, and stay unapologetically on the side of justice.